Hi, everyone. This is going to be our second semester of freshman advising. So if you're a freshman in your second semester, you'll be doing this assignment to get extra credit for your advising. So I'm going to share my screen. Let's see. Okay, so this is the assignment that we should be working on right now. It is best to use this document and fill it out on a browser on an actual computer. We have computers in the College of Business, Computer Lab, Knowledge Center, De La Mar. So please take advantage of your access to a computer if you don't have one at home so that you can fill this out most effectively. So the first thing we're going to do is you're going to put your name and NCID number at the top. So I'm going to do this along with you guys so that it makes the most sense. For those of you wondering why we're doing this again, if you were in Business 101 class last semester and already did this, you might think, why am I doing this again? It's just a requirement for a second semester because you have a second semester hold again. And we'll be going over some different things after we build out your schedule. So you'll put your name and NCID number. And then I want you to work on this middle box that says current schedule. So I'm going to put a typical second semester freshman schedule, but I want you to go ahead and put your current schedule that you are enrolled into right now. And you are welcome to press pause on this video at any time if need be. So once you put your current schedule on your current schedule box, make sure you have all your classes. We're then gonna log into My Nevada. So again, take the time to pause this video if you need to log into My Nevada. But once you log in, you will go onto, you'll see your tiles on there. And what I want you to click on is this Student Center Classic tile. Once you click Student Center Classic, you'll be brought to a dashboard that looks something like this. I'm not enrolled into any classes. This is my dashboard, so there's no schedule right here. But for you, what yours looks like on this dashboard is a schedule in the middle of your page, but everything else should look the same. The next thing I want you to do is click on the drop down and click on course history in that drop down. And then you'll click on this double arrow to load your course history. Once that loads for you, it'll show you everything you've completed that's college level, as well as the grades you have received for those courses. If you're currently enrolled into them, there'll be no grades. And then you can see when you took them. So what I want you to do is click this term the word term. And once you click that, it will put your classes in order of when you took them. It will reorder the page. So once you click term, again, this will reorder. And what I want you to do is put any of your course history that is before this semester. So we already put your current schedule in the box. Now I want you to write everything you've previously taken in the past in this box here. So for most of you, this is your second semester of your freshman year. So you only have one semester under your belt. So you'll probably most likely put between 4 and 6 line items in this course history box. But I'm going to put, if I was a second semester freshman, what my first semester might have looked like. And again, feel free to pause the video to take time to put all of your course history. All right. Once you have completed that, what I want you to do is check off all the classes you wrote down thus far on the right side of this sheet. So I've taken English 101, and English 102. I'm going to go ahead and check those off. I've taken Math 126 and Math 176. I'm going to go ahead and check those off. Again, if you haven't completed these classes, do not check them off. This is just an example. Business 101, I've completed, so I'm going to check that off. And Entrepreneurship 200, I'm currently in, so I'm going to check that off. So again, we're going to check off classes we have previously taken or are currently enrolled into. I've previously taken Econ 102 and I'm currently in Econ 103, so I'm going to check those off. IS 101, I've previously taken, and then I am currently enrolled into Marketing 210, so I'm going to check those all off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 classes. Let me make sure that I've checked off 10 classes so I didn't miss any. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful. We can move on. So a few weeks ago in your Entrepreneurship 200 class, you completed a quiz called Transfer Credit Report Quiz, where you determined what credits you have transferred in university. So we're going to move down to the bottom of this sheet. It's okay that we're skipping everything for right now. And you're going to look at your quiz results of your Transfer Credit Report quiz and write down whatever you wrote down for your answers for that quiz. If you don't have any transfer credits coming in, just leave this blank. Again, you may pause the video to look at those quiz results to remember what you wrote down, but please remember to record them in this box. I put something like this. Just as some examples of common transfer credits I see coming in. All right, moving on. So the next thing we're going to do is we are going to look at these drop downs here. And what I'm going to have you guys do is select the classes you want to take for each section. So this is broken down by core objective section. This requirement is for all majors, not just business majors. It's required for art majors, history majors. It's a university requirement that everyone takes our core objectives. So that's what the CO is. So we are required to take 2 natural science classes. One of them has to have a lab. So where it says required in this drop-down button, you absolutely have to choose something from this drop-down in this list because this is a required lab. If you have already taken or are currently taking a natural science class that is on this list, feel free to select whichever one you're currently or have previously taken. So I'm going to put astronomy. Astronomies tend to be the more easier science classes. Now, from your second natural science that you pick, you can choose from either this drop-down or this drop-down. Does not matter which one, but only 2 drop-downs need to be filled out. So what this is saying is your second natural science you pick, you can choose one without a lab. The list is smaller. Or you can choose one with a lab, which is the list we just looked at. I took environmental science when I was a student. I always recommend that one. It was pretty easy. So I'm going to select that one for my second option. Don't know why it's not saving. I will fix that. All right. And then for this next box, this is our humanities requirement. Again, it's blue. It falls in line with our pre-business checklist on the right-hand side. You're going to pick one from this list, CH201 or CH202. CH212 is not an option. It hasn't been offered in years. It's just on the list in case you came in with those credits so that you know it counts for our CO5. So you're only picking between CH201 or 202. CH201 is ancient and medieval cultures. CH202 is the modern history. All right, now I'm going to check off of fine arts. Again, if you've already taken fine arts, most of you have taken music appreciation your first semester of your freshman year, you can select music appreciation. If you have not selected fine arts or have not taken a fine arts yet, please select whatever you're interested in. I'm going to put dance appreciation. For your constitution requirement, if you don't have any transfer credits for any political science classes or history classes that I have commented on and told you will replace your CO8 constitution, then you are just going to write CH203. So I will repeat that again. 99% of people are going to take CH203. So please write CH203 unless you've come into the university with AP history or political science credits. If you did, I reached out to you and put a comment on your transfer credit report quiz letting you know if it counts for your CO8 or not, or if you have to take an additional class for it to count for your CO8 constitution. So most people for their CO8 constitution are going to write CH203. For social science, most of you have already completed this requirement by the end of the semester because you've taken Business 101 last semester and you're currently in Entrepreneurship 200. We can just go ahead and write Entrepreneurship 200 or leave it blank. I'm not picky on that. And then lastly, our last requirement is to take a communications course. So I'm interested in taking COM 113. I'm going to go ahead and select that. Now that we've picked all the core objective classes that we're interested in taking, we're going to start filling out our schedule. So what we're going to do is start from the top of the pre-business checklist and work our way down. So most people will be done with English by this part of the college journey. If you're in your second semester of your freshman year, you are most likely in your last English class. But it's totally okay if you're not. If you've not taken an English class yet and you don't have AP, you don't have test scores like SAT or ACT test scores to tell me what English class you're placing in. For your next semester, which fall is our next semester, you're just going to write English. This is only if you have not taken English at the university. If you are currently in English 101, then your fall semester should say English 102. If you are currently in English 102 right now, then we are not going to rate English for the fall semester. Once you have written whatever English track you are on, you are going to check it off. One more thing I would say is if you have not started English yet and you are putting English here, just know English 102 goes in the semester after. All right, same gist for math. If you have not taken a math course yet, that's totally okay. If we don't have any test scores telling us what math class you should be placed in next semester, then I'm just going to have you write math, if I can type, for our fall next semester. And in the semester after, we will write math 176. That will be a pretty rare occasion if you haven't started English or math, but it's totally okay if you are in that situation. If you are currently in Math 126, Math 126E, or Math 126 EE, you're going to write Math 176 for next semester. And you'll go ahead and check it off once you've written it down. The majority of you are in Math 176 this semester, so we don't write any more math down. you're completely done with your core English and core math, and these should be all checked off if that is you. All right, we're going to move on to the middle box. So if you have not taken IS 101, I would say 90% of you have, but if you have not taken it, you are going to put it down for your next semester. If you have not taken Econ 102 yet, you will put it down for your next semester. And you will put Econ 103 in the following semester, just as follows. You've not taken Econ 103 yet, but you have taken Econ 102. You'll just put Econ 103 in your next semester and check it off once it's written down. A lot of you will have been done with IS 101 and done with the Econ 102 and 103 sequence at this point. So again, if that's you, just don't write anything down. If you've not taken Marketing 210, please put it down for your next semester. If you have taken Marketing 210, please do not put it down. Something I want to note on this pre-business checklist is it tells you when you're supposed to take these classes. So you guys are in your second semester of your freshman year. We are writing down classes for our sophomore first semester. So there might be some of you that haven't written any classes down. If we look at my sheet, I have not. So for us, we're going to start writing the classes down that say sophomore. So let's start with Accounting 201. It says we can take Accounting 201 in our sophomore first semester. Meaning we could put Accounting 202 in the semester afterwards. We will check those off as we go. Econ 261, it says to take sophomore first semester. So I'm going to write Econ 261 for my next semester. If you have AP or transfer credits for STAT 152, Stat 152, then you do not need to take Econ 261. You move straight to Econ 262. And then speaking of Econ 262, we will put that in the semester after Econ 261. All right, we've officially gone over all the classes in this second box. So we'll move on to the third box. Now this is the part that's extremely easy. Whatever we have not already completed, we can start filling into our future schedule in no particular order. The only thing I would recommend is not taking 2 CH classes in the same semester and not taking 2 natural science classes in the same semester. So for me as my example, I haven't taken any of my core objective classes, but I have taken my social science, which most of you will be in that boat. I'm going to go ahead and start filling things out. So I said I was interested in astronomy 109, and environmental science. I picked CH202 as the class I wanted to take. CH203 is required. I like dance appreciation for my fine arts. And communication 414. And please pause this video if you need time to fill out your silver core classes to fill out the rest of your schedule. We're aiming for 5 classes in each semester that will get you graduated on time within 4 years. It's totally okay if you have less than 5 in your schedule because you ran out of classes to write from the pre-business checklist. If you're in that situation, I would try to keep 5 classes in each semester in our earlier semesters. And if you're left with 4 or 3 in your last semester, that's completely fine. All right, so what I want us to talk about is applying for our major now. So applying for our major happens in our sophomore year, and we are going into our sophomore year next semester. So it's important for you guys to know what applying for your major is. So applying for your major is when you leave the pre-business major. Right now, if you are in the College of Business and you are a freshman or a sophomore student, you are most likely, 99% of you, are in the pre-business major. Everyone starts off in pre-business, which is why we're looking at a pre-business checklist. So whether you choose to go the accounting route, marketing, IS, finance, it doesn't matter. We all start in pre-business. In order to get out of pre-business and declare one of those majors I mentioned, accounting, finance, IS, etc., we need to apply for our major. But we're not able to do that until we're done with our pre-business classes. The requirements to be accepted into the pre-business major are to have a 2.0 and to be done with the majority of our pre-business core classes, which is going to be this middle box here titled pre-business core. So when you need to apply for your major is going to be different for some students, mostly the same for a lot of you. How you identify when you need to apply for your major is I want you to locate the last semester you planned that has 5 classes. So for me, the last semester I have that has 5 classes is this semester that I have highlighted. So underneath, I'm going to write apply to major. I'm going to explain this a little bit further and give you some different scenarios afterwards. So we determined my last 5 classes are here, and that's when I should apply for my major. I'm going to apply for my major that spring 26 semester, so that when I go to enroll for my fall 26 classes, I can enroll into the upper division 300 level classes that go towards my major that I applied for. If you forget to apply for your major, you cannot enroll into 300 and 400 level classes. It's completely impossible. So I want to make sure I enroll in time. I want to make sure I'm not late in enrolling. I need to apply for my major in this semester. Further details on that, what happens that semester is the beginning of that semester, an advisor from our advising office will email students who are about ready to apply for their major. And in the email, it'll say, hey, it looks like you're ready to apply for your major. Here's a link where you can apply all online. Additionally, we have our link to apply for our major on our College of Business Advising website if you ever lose that email. Now, some of you might be worried because you're like, oh my gosh, my last semester, I don't have 5 classes. So let me go over that scenario as well. So I'm going to act like I only have, my computer will work, 3 classes in my last semester. Let's say I already came in with communications credits and ACH 203. Well, that sucks because I don't want to just take 3 classes in my last semester. So again, we're locating the semester we have 5 classes. The last semester we have 5 full classes. So if you're in this scenario, it might be earlier. It might be right here. I would write apply to major. But didn't we just say that we need to be done with our pre-business core to apply for a major? It is true. So when you apply for your major, if this is your scenario where you still have your pre-business core classes, which would be accounting 202 and econ 262 for my scenario, then I apply for my major. What most likely will happen is I won't be accepted into the major but the advising center will recognize that you need more classes for a full schedule. So what will happen is we will put you on what's called the bridge program. So I'm going to explain that. So the bridge program gives you access to these 4 upper division courses. Those 4 upper division courses are required for every single business major, whether you're international business, information systems, marketing, management. Everyone who graduates in the College of Business has to take those 4 classes at some point. So we give you access to those 4 classes. Let's say I want to take these 2. Get rid of this over here. That gives me a perfect full course load for my last semester. There's one more catch. I know this is a little bit confusing, but I'm trying to explain it as most simply as I can. So remember I said you apply for your major, but you won't be accepted? You're still considered a pre-business major when you are on the bridge program. So you will actually apply to your major a second time. This time you for sure will be accepted. And all the classes here will be towards your major. The bridge program only happens to students if you're a little bit ahead or if you're a little bit behind. If you're perfectly on track, you will never be put on the bridge program. All right, I think that is all I have. Thank you guys. And please make sure to submit this. If there's no mistakes, you will get extra credit. And it'll help me a lot, so thank you.